Councillor Bill Pekin has been an absolute delight, and it's been a pleasure to work with him for many years now, he and his lovely wife, Leslie. So once again, we pay tribute to them, and thank you very much to all the boys on the screens and the videos that have made it all happen too, and our director. Thanks to Josh for making that happen tonight too. So sit back, relax, because coming up very soon, we have some special messages from our sponsors, and it won't be far away, the rodeo between Queensland and New South Wales. Well, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, gee, it's lovely to welcome you here tonight. And Tim Draperman's with me too, and it's been a great show. And Tim, could I just, firstly, could I just ask all the parents around the arena, this is Children's Day today, this is Youth Day. So girls and boys, I want you to sit on your hand. I'd like the mums and dads and grandparents, would you please give the kids a big warm welcome into the stadium tonight? Come on, mums and dads, give all the kids a big, big warm welcome. You do the youth of New South Wales proud. Tim, we've got a big night coming up.
We most certainly do, Angus Lane. So exciting. The final night of the rodeo is about to get underway.
And also, too, a very special award that I'll let you know about very soon is the Vickery Family Perpetual Trophy, donated by J.R. Vickery for the winner of the State Origin Radio Teams Challenge. And then we go into the wood chopping and chainsaw relay showcase.
And then following on from that, we salute what has been an industry in Australia since as long as Europeans have been settled here. The sheep and Australian wool industry, we have a beautiful tribute to them, and it's a magnificent display.
And then following that, we have SAS. SAS are three delightful young ladies with beautiful voices, and you're going to love them tonight.
And you get to see them because they're on a moving stage, so it's not like you need binoculars to be able to keep an eye on them.
And then Extreme Corruption.
Extreme what?
Extreme Corruption.
Has that got that Mr. Boom?
It has Mr. Boom, yes. You'll have to wait and see about Mr. Boom because Josh Webster will tell you all about that.
The Wheel of Death?
The Wheel of Death, yeah. Mario's down here. He's ready to go.
The Flare Riders?
Flare Riders, sensational. They light up the stadium.
And then the Precision Driving Team with D-Max?
D-Max, Precision Driving Team. And tell me this, is there any FMX freestyle motorbike?
The Showtime FMX freestyle? Not one but two landing ramps out here in the arena.
You're joking.
One on either side, so everyone is in the best seat in the house.
And then following it all, we have the magnificent fireworks.
Spectacular. We love the fireworks, all in time with music. One of the best. I've yet to see fireworks at a few shows. One of the best that I've ever seen. So being part of it.
Well, mate, it's been a joy to work with you. Thank you very much for your very first time. Well done.
Could just jump in for a moment and say, Angus, it's been a pleasure to work with yourself and Carol. Thank you for all your wisdom, ladies and gentlemen. Angus Lane, our only full-time announcer anywhere in Australia. He does a wonderful tribute to the youth, to all the special trophies, and boy, oh boy, we have some fun too. So, Angus, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure and a real honour for me to sit up here in the broadcast box at 31 years of age. It has been a learning curve. Don't get me wrong, I've got a lot to learn still, but boy, I've learned something in the last 14 days, and I've had a pleasure working with you. So thank you to you, and of course to Vicky as well.
Thank you, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Young Tim Draperman, he's from New South Wales too. Come on, he's done a superb job. He's very first Sydney Royal Easter show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'd just like to let you know, prior to the radio starting tonight, the winning team will receive this beautiful award, donated by J.R. Vickery and first presented in 2012. Rob Vickery was president of the RAS of New South Wales between 2004 and 2008. He became manager of the famed beef cattle station and feedlot Bective, which was established by his grandfather Jim Vickery in 1929. Actively involved with local organisations, Rob Vickery has been president of the Tamworth Polo Club, vice president of the Tamworth Picnic Race Club, and a committee member of the Tamworth Show Society. Rob Vickery was elected to the RAS of New South Wales on council in 1991. He served as steward-in-chief and sat on numerous committees, including cattle, horse, veterinary, meat industries, fine food committees, and during Mr. Vickery's term as president of the RAS, an outbreak of equine influenza in 2007 had a major impact on the horse fraternity and threatened cancellation of competition at the 2008 show. However, by working closely with the Department of Primary Industries, most events were able to proceed. In July 2008, Rob Vickery resigned from his role as president, and he was made an honorary life member of the council in 2010 and honorary councillor in October 2011. His lovely wife, Tina, they've done so much for the lovely state of New South Wales and the RAS, and the trophy was awarded to the winner of the State of Origin Radio Team Challenge. And Rob Vickery was RAS councillor from 91, 2004, 2004 to 2008 president, honorary councillor 2011. New South Wales won in 2012. New South Wales and Queensland tied 2013. Queensland won it in 2014. And to tell you what's happening tonight in the magnificent Spotless Stadium, we're crossing down to the voice of rodeo for Australia. Would you please welcome Mr. Glenn Morgan.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, welcome to the last night of our 2015 Sydney Royal Easter Show. But more importantly, it's the 6th and final round of the 2015 State of Origin Rodeo Series between arch rivals New South Wales and Queensland. Now to bring everybody up to speed, 2014, Queensland came here to Sydney and won the Perpetual Trophy. It certainly left a scar amongst the Cowboys and Cowgirls of New South Wales. Well, over the opening 5 rounds of this series, New South Wales have dominated. And tonight, on the closing night of our Sydney Royal Easter Show, they have a committed team that would like to once again wrap it up for 2015. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got tonight bareback bronc riding, steer wrestling, saddle bronc riding, ladies barrel racing, and the most dangerous sport in the sport of Brahman bull riding. It is going to be action-packed, and it will be one of the greatest nights of all time here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Well, folks, let's welcome into the arena, all the way from Charters Towers, North Queensland, the Cowboys of the Sunshine State and their team captain, Riley Gibb. Come on, Sydney, their final appearance for 2015. Once again, won the championship last year and would like to finish on a high note here this evening. But before they do so, they have to take on the might and power of rural and regional areas of New South Wales, led in by their inspirational team captain. Let's hear it for Robert Bandy and the New South Wales Cowboys. Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, prior to the commencement of each one of our major rounds of this series, we take the time and the opportunity to recognise a song that makes each and every one of us here in the Spotless Arena feel very, very proud that we live in this great lucky country. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time this year, can you please be upstanding? And I'd like to hand the microphone over to Scott Campbell from the Australian Institute of Music to sing our very own Australian National Anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gift of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every state advance, Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing, advance, Australia fair.
Oh yeah, you can feel the hype down here in the Spotless Arena, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a night of all nights as we wrap it up in round number 6 of this year's series in Sydney. Well, first event on our program is what we describe as the bareback bronc riding competition. Now, many people call it the suicide ride, but before we can get underway with that event, we need and require our pickup riders, the livestock horsemen, the Kelly boys from the Horton Valley of New South Wales. Now, their job is to put the contestants safely onto the ground at the conclusion of each ride. Now, in State of Origin Rodeo, it's about outpointing the opposing team member. In the bareback bronc riding, we have 3 Queensland contestants. The first rider here tonight will be Jake Andrews. He placed second in the 4th round of this series with a score of 74 points. Now, in this particular event, you can only be disqualified for touching down with your free hand or being bucked off before the 8-second siren. Half of the score from our official judges, Mark Palmer and Mark, will be awarded to the Cowboys' riding style. His coordination and balance, it's Queensland, the Cowboy rookie champion, Jake Andrews. Oh, what an effort, Sydney, the young man from North Queensland. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll check from the judges and our officials. Well, we may have a score from the officials on the program here tonight. It is coming up, the numbers through. There will be a score. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for his efforts here tonight. That was Jake Andrews, Accidental, the name of that particular horse, from the Gary McPhee Rodeo Company. Well, as the numbers coming through, you can understand. 68 points it was for Jake, a score of 68 points in the round of the competition. Our livestock heroes do a great job once again. Well, now the situation unfolds. It'll be New South Wales contestant Troy Thompson. From Inverell in northern New South Wales, he was 70 points in round 4, 69 last night. And the horse in the round of the competition tonight, it's Murphy Law. Hey, Sydney, what do you see so far? Well, oh man, what a series, what a competition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, his only reward here tonight will be your a round of applause. Watch this on the big screen. The young man towards the 7-second mark gets in a spot of trouble. The free hand reaches down. The officials say a no score. Well, that's going to be 2 points to Queensland. Jake Andrews, 2 points for his matchup. The only successful ride at this point of time. Well, let's go to Queensland, to Longreach, Cohen Collins. He won the first round, round number 3, with a 77-point score. He was first last night with 74 points for Queensland. Now, this is a nice horse. Cowboys get to make a nice spur ride for the 8-second period. He needs to capitalise on his drawing capacity. Cohen Collins from Longreach, he's been here for the entire 6 rounds of the competition. And he makes that 8-second ride. Well, it's his second year representing the state of Queensland, and he's certainly done them proud. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for him from Longreach, Central Queensland, the home of Qantas, Cohen Collins. $73 points, 73 it was on that occasion, 73 for our Longreach champions, 7-3. Well, we come down to the man that leads the individual average. The championship race over the first 5 rounds of the competition is a young man from Gunnedah in the central west of New South Wales. This is Wade Clifford. His high scores throughout this week include an 81-point score, 80 points in the second round, 78 and a 73 in the competition thus far. He leads the individual championship. He's the most decorated of our bareback riders from the state of New South Wales, riding for the Victory Family Perpetual Trophy in the State of Origin Series for 2015. Well, Sydney, we need a little hometown support. Let's hear it for him. Come on, New South Wales, Wade Clifford. Well, ladies and gentlemen, come on, folks, the final round of our State of Origin Bareback Championship. The cowboy from Gunnedah, New South Wales, as he has once again completed that 8-second ride. Watch this on the big screen. Look at his upper body, his free arms nice and square off his shoulder, nice and high. Numbers being tallied, the overall score. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the numbers come through. It's an 80-point ride for New South Wales. 2 points for the Blues, 1 to Queensland. Well, as our next contestant gets set for the challenge of his life, from Claremont, Central Queensland, this is Straub Jones. Well, this young man, a horse breaker by trade, tonight is drawn in the top end from the Gary McPhee Rodeo Company. I want you to watch particularly close to the power and strength of this particular bucking horse. He is an intimidating, eliminating bucking horse, one of the greatest of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, he is an outlaw. Put your hands together for the boy from Claremont, Straub Jones. Man, look at this on the big screen. Well, we thought he may intimidate him out of it. He just didn't get that strong start with his feet, blew his hand completely out of the bareback rigging, and we get to see that in the slow motion replay on the big screen here tonight. And a very, very special thanks to the McPhee family, Gary and his lovely wife Anna, that have bred and produced these livestock and horses. They have conveyed them right up from Benalla in Victoria for our Sydney Royal Easter Show Rodeo competition. Well, as we go down to the next of our New South Wales riders, Sean Demert, 24 years of age from Branxton. His first time to the Sydney Royal Easter Show. He works with Sub-Zero as a contractor up there in the Hunter Valley in the mine groups. And this is the dark shadow for the rookie New South Wales champion. Well, he's done good so far, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that hand high. Oh, man. Well, the self-preservation once again. Touchdown, no score. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's put a little oxygen back in his lungs at this point of time. With a big round of applause, it was a no score for New South Wales. Well, this round of the competition is improving to be exciting and action-packed. Well, we're going to go down to the steer wrestling and the series. After the first round of our competition, New South Wales 2, Queensland 3. As we come down to what we call the steer wrestling competition. Big men's event of rodeo. This is generally where we see the bigger and stronger contestants in the sport of rodeo competition. Now, as we look down, you'll notice there is a light system. There'll be 3 lights. There'll be red, amber, and green. When the green light flashes, it's all full speed ahead. Now, in this event, the competitors have the assistance of a hazer. He's the man responsible to ensure the steer runs straight. The idea is that you dismount from your galloping horse, catch the steer by the horns, and roll him with 4 feet in the one direction. John Day from Injune, Queensland, a former Australian professional champion, was second here last night with a time of 5.75. He takes on the leader of the average. He's caught all 5 steers so far. This is Glenn Chae from Walgett. Now, Glenn won the first round of the series with a 5.4 seconds, and he's maintained that consistent performance. Glenn Chae from Walgett, New South Wales, catches up Sydney. Oh, yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear for the Blues boy, Glenn Chae from New South Wales. Puts a 2-point run together. This has been by the far the best show that he's had, and it's all smiles from the Walgett boy. Walgett, New South Wales, out in the far western regions. And that has brought the New South Wales team competitors right back into this particular matchup of our competition. Now in this event, competitors use the Australian quarter horses. They're a breed unique to the sport of rodeo competition. You'll see them as their hazes just to catch those horses at this point of time. They're utilised in our sport of rodeo all over Australia. Initially introduced to Australia from the United States of America. And as their name applies, the quarter horse comes from the fact they are the fastest horse on earth over 250 metres. Hence the name quarter horse, or quarter of a mile in our old measurements. They've got a very heavily muscle appearance. They've got a long, defined, sloping shoulder. But they're versatile, they're agile, and they come with a great deal of cattle sense. Now, our next matchup here tonight from Queensland is Lachlan O'Neill from Caboolture. His quickest time was in round number 4. It was an 8.04 seconds. He competes against our New South Wales rider from Singleton, Jock Bone Langdon. Now, Jock won the second round with a 4.7 seconds. He's the current Australian champion. Makes that catch, looks away. It's going to be close. But once again, it is 2 points to New South Wales and our Australian champion, Jock Bone Langdon, with a split second just ahead of the Queensland Cowboys. But a nice run from the current Australian champion, Jock Bone Langdon. Went to the national finals in Tamworth back in January of this year. He won his first ever silver and gold championship buckle. Well, as we get set to go with the next matchup in our competition here tonight, this will be team captain, the team captain of North Queensland, Riley Gibb. Now, Riley is only 19 years of age. He won the round in this competition last night with a blistering 4.8 seconds. His dad, Mark Gibb, was a North Queensland team captain for nearly 15 consecutive years. He takes on the 2011 Australian all-round champion from Goulburn in Joel Mansell. Joel won round 4 of the competition with a time of 6.06 seconds. Last night he finished third in the individual round with a 6.09. Gates are back, lights are on. New South Wales versus Queensland. Riley Gibb, their team captain, rolls one out nicely, ladies and gentlemen, and it will be on that occasion 2 points. 2 points for the state of Queensland, 1 for New South Wales, and that was Joel Mansell. Well, let's look to our big scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen, after the second round of the competition. We've got it on the final night of our Interstate Teams Rodeo Challenge. Queensland 7, New South Wales 7. Well, we're going to need a little hometown support as we get set to go with the next competition here tonight. Have we got anybody here left at the Sydney show from Queensland? Well, very, very quiet in the audience capacity. Do we have anybody here tonight that would like to see New South Wales win? Well, it's the final night of competition in Sydney, and we really would hope that we'd have a big hometown support in this round of the competition. Well, let's come down to the first of the Queensland Cowboys. This time from Mitchell in southeast Queensland, this is Adam Hamilton. Well, Adam was second in the first round of the series with a 75-point score. Horse that he's drawn is a big grey gelding called the Cajun Man. Well, a round was won on this competition 2 nights ago, 84 points. Adam Hamilton's brother Greg, both boys compete on the Australian Professional Tour. Finished number 5 in the nation in 2014, and he'd like to start strong for the Queenslanders. Let's see what he gets done in the round. The Cowboys' timing, coordination play a big part in the bronc riding division. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to make the 8-second whistle here tonight. From Mitchell in Queensland, that was Adam Hamilton. And once again, it's the pickup boys. Peter Kelly from the Horton Valley, rides in, gets him on the ground here tonight. Well, he just come down a little awkward. We may need the paramedics to check that boy out. We do need the paramedics. There will be a slight delay, unfortunately for Adam. He just came down a little unorthodox. Well, we've got the scores. The numbers are coming through. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as he lays there with a little pain, it's a score of 74 points for Queensland, 74. Well, unfortunately, in our sport of rodeo competition, accidents, injuries at the high level in the sport of Australian rodeo competition, it is unfortunate. A young man on our last night of the competition came off just a little awkward, a little unorthodox. We're very fortunate tonight that we have the paramedics team, and of course, first aid have been sensational throughout the entire series. Young man looks like he's come down a little awkward. And we may take a little break for a few moments here in the main arena as we take all the precautionary time that is required for the safety and well-being of our competitors. The Queensland Cowboy, Adam Hamilton. At this point of time, the paramedics are just making certain that the young man is in the best of care, and we will have an update on his condition very, very shortly. Well, folks, from Saddlebronc Riding, we've got the girls in ladies barrel racing warming up. From that round of the competition, we're back for the bull riding event. So we've got about 3 categories yet to go here on our final night of competition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hey, this is fantastic. He's being assisted out of the arena, but I can assure you he's in a lot of pain. Hey, Sydney, put your hands together for the young man. What courage he's shown here tonight. Come on, Sydney. He puts his hand up to salute you, the folk of Sydney that have supported this team for the entire show thus far. And a very special thanks to our paramedics team that worked tirelessly throughout the entire Sydney Royal Easter show, not only in the rodeo competition. Well, we're going to get set to go, ladies and gentlemen. We had scores on the board for Adam Hamilton. Well, let's get set to go with a New South Wales Cowboy. Young man that was born and raised in Wanabadgery, New South Wales, Reese Anglin. He leads the individual series. Highest score thus far was 84 points in the competition. He won round number 2. He was first in round number 4 and round number 5. It's Wanabadgery Cowboy Reese Anglin. Ladies and gentlemen, making the ride of his life here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Put your hands together for him. That was Reese Anglin. Well, as the pickup riders move in. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, he's certainly done our state proud here tonight. The boy makes that 8-second qualified ride. Numbers come through. It's 81 points. 81 points in the competition. 81 points. 2 points to New South Wales. 1 to Queensland. Well, it is going to be a great series. Queensland, New South Wales. 1 point separating the two team members at this point of time. Well, keep your eyes glued as we get set to go with the next of our contestants. The winner of round number 3 was Ben O'Reilly. The horse that he's drawn, it's Cajun Lady from the Gary McPhee Rodeo Company. Ben O'Reilly, highest mark, 79 points in round number 3. It's Cajun Lady time. The North Queensland Saddle Bronc riding champion looks to be in a spot of bother. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that just goes to show the quality of livestock in Sydney. I'd like you to put your hands together for the boy. He has done their state so well here this year. Ben O'Reilly and the Gary McPhee livestock, Cajun Lady. Well, the horse just hesitated momentarily. Then it started to get some elevation, some height throughout that ride. Just gets to pulling on that rein, and of course, it brings him down with a no score. Well, let me tell you the simple score. The way it reads, ladies and gentlemen, New South Wales are 8, Queensland 9. If our team captain rides the 8-second whistle, this will take New South Wales to the lead for the first time in the competition. This is a horse called Ridiculous. They won round 4 of the competition. Robert Bandy from Barella, New South Wales. Well, oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, the boy of steel took one in his ribs for his trouble here tonight. Man, that is disappointing. Just watch this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would ask you to put your hands together for his efforts here tonight. Robert Bandy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now there has been a re-ride awarded, a re-ride. Well, as we get set to go with our next competitor in the competition, there was a re-ride awarded. Now, this is going to be interesting whether he is fit enough to take that ride. As you saw on the big screen, he was kicked in the ribs. He did sustain a pretty heavy knock in the competition. I can't make the call. The judges and officials will. Well, what an interesting night in the competition thus far. Well, as we get set to go to our next competitor, this time it'll be Chris Williams from Rockhampton, North Queensland. And the horse that he's drawn in the event here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the contestant is on Cheyenne Top Girl. Well, this is one of the biggest, toughest horses in Australasia. Two nights ago, 84 points were scored in this round of the competition. Chris Williams is in the driver's seat. In Saddle Bronc riding, his highest score was 80 points in round number 4. He is a livestock auctioneer, works with Landmark in far north Queensland. This could well be the ride of his particular Sydney Royal Easter show. It is the Cowboy Cheyenne Top Girl. Oh no! Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the great horse from the Gary McPhee Rodeo Company. Once again, salutes the judges in our competition round here tonight. Well, it has been 14 nights of serious competition. Chris Williams took the challenge, and it was undoubtedly one of the toughest of all time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get set to go with our next competitor in the competition. Well, it's going to be all eyes down on the New South Wales Blues team as we get set to go with the 2014 Australian champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Luke Morgan from the country music capital of New South Wales. He was the 2011 national champion, 2014 Australian champion. He won the second round of the competition with a 78-point score. Last night, he was 79 points in the round of the competition. Tonight, his opposing Queensland rider was bucked off. He's going to need a big hometown crowd support him, ladies and gentlemen. He needs an 8-second ride to bring New South Wales back into this competition. It has been 14 nights of grueling saddle bronc riding. And Sydney, you've got to come alive, support our New South Wales boys. Come on, Sydney, New South Wales Australian saddle bronc riding champion. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Sydney. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, that boy flies to the United States of America to compete on the World Championship stage. Luke Morgan of Australia off to the USA at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. And what a way to wrap up the Sydney Royal Easter Show competition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the numbers come through for the current Australian champion. 84 championship points, Sydney. Well, what a way to wrap it up. Just while we get ready, ladies and gentlemen, for our next rider, we'll just confirm things with this young man in the arena. Hey, Luke, a great ride here tonight, young man, but the people of Sydney have got to know tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, you fly out of Sydney, the big airport, and you fly to the United States of America.
Yeah, that's true. I want to go on and continue to do my country proud, and it's a credit to come in and get on Gary McPhee's bucking horses. They're the best in the country, and that's why we want to go overseas and keep it happening.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's wish him well on his trip to the United States of America. 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, the boys from down under take on the world in the USA. Well, 84 points, that's 2 points to New South Wales. Hey, folks, look at the spirited comeback. And it's the team captain with broken ribs here tonight, Robert Bandy. Now, he could not be relayed place, so he's attempting to do it with broken ribs. Sydney, you've got to support this man's courage. He's already been taken out on one. Well, what a way. Ladies and gentlemen, he leads. He leads by example after one big downer. Come on, Sydney, you've got to put your hands together for this boy. He's hurting. He's hurting so bad, but he wants to win this series for the state of New South Wales. 69 points, 69 in our competition, 69. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to understand, this has been one of the all-time great stories of State of Origin Rodeo in Sydney. What a turnaround. We've got Queensland on 9 and the might and power of New South Wales on 12 points. Well, maybe the last night of the Sydney Royal Easter Show, ladies and gentlemen, but for your admission price here today, it has certainly been of great value. You're seeing Australia's best cowboys and cowgirls take it to the Queensland defending interstate team champions. Well, as our next event gets set, the barrels are rolled out. We're set to ride. It's Queensland 9, New South Wales 12. Well, as the first matchup gets set to take place here tonight, this is the dual ladies barrel racing competition. Representing Queensland from the Rose City of Warwick, Hillary Thrift, riding her little chestnut gelding called Charger. And tonight, she takes on the 4 times Australian champion from Coonamble, New South Wales, Bianca Hurdle. Now, Bianca leads the individual average championship, rides a beautiful little horse called Cash. They go to that first turn. Very little separates. Oh, look at the New South Wales girl. The 4 times Australian champion. Oh, Sydney. She's broken out. She's made a good lead. She's got a not knock, no barrel. She's done it for you. She's done it for the people of Sydney and New South Wales. 2 points to the Blues in the round of the competition. 1 point to Queensland. Whoa. Well, it has turned the tables in the last 2 rounds of the competition. Queensland won the 2 first rounds. So we get set to go with our next matchup in the competition. We're getting set to go in the competition here tonight with a young lady from Mount Tarampa, Queensland, Cheyenne Whitwell. She placed second last night in the round. She was second in round 1. She was third in round 3. And she rides her little chestnut horse called the Joker. She takes on the Southern Zone rookie champion from Braidwood, young Courtney McKinley. Now, Courtney on that Palomino horse is only 19 years of age. Well, Courtney's going to have a 5-second penalty tally. Oh, so are the Queenslanders. Now, this is equal. They've both got a barrel down, so it's the first across the line will be the winner. Well, I'll wait for our head judge. It is 2 points to Cheyenne Whitwell of Mount Tarampa, Queensland. 1 point to the young lady from Braidwood, Courtney McKinley. Well, it is a difficult competition to perform here tonight, the ladies barrel racing competition, as we look to the next matchup in our competition this time. From the Sunshine Coast, north of Brisbane, Rochelle Byers. Rochelle fills in here tonight riding her little chestnut horse called Roxy. And from Sydney, hey, here's one of your own girls from Camden. She's only 19 years of age. This is Hayley Hill. She was the 2013 Rookie Champion of Australia. Okay, Sydney, it's your chance for the Sydney Cowgirl. They turn as one. They move into the second. New South Wales and Queensland. Nothing separates. Come on, Sydney. She's from Camden. She's one of your local girls. Well, folks, it is 2 points to New South Wales and Hayley Hill of Sydney. 1 point to Rochelle Byers. Oh. Well, the series started good here tonight, folks, but I can assure you it is a convincing challenge as we get set to go with our next round of the competition. Let's look to the International State of Origin scoreboard. It is Queensland 13, New South Wales 17. Wow, don't we love a state of origin here in Sydney? And more importantly, if New South Wales are leading. Well, as we get set for our next round of the competition here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, there are 2 men that work tiresomely throughout the 14 nights here in Sydney, and I'd like you to give them their final welcome into the Spotless Arena. They are our protection clowns and our bullfighters, Warren Norton and Lincoln Brown. Whoa. Well, Warren, it's true. You've been here 13. This is our 14th night, and you guys have been here on every single occasion.
Yeah, that's right, Glenn. You know, we try and stay pretty fit and pretty agile, and yeah, we're trying to get through as many nights as we can. It's always great here to come here to Sydney Show, and you know, and we take pride in what we do.
Well, you certainly do, but what is it that draws you to this sport? I mean, you're not competitors, but you're actually paid contractors to look after the safety and well-being of our riders. What is it that makes you guys tick? Why do you want to do this?
Oh, it's a bit like any adrenaline sport, Glenn. You know, we've got something we've grown up with all our lives, and something, like I said, we take great pride in. You know, and it's a great adrenaline rush to be able to control something so big and powerful.
It certainly is, and with you here tonight, a good friend. I guess he's been your understudy, but Lincoln Brown, this is your 5th Australian Protection Bullfighting Clown of the Year title, is that right?
Yeah, mate, that's correct. You know, like Wazza says, mate, you know, we take great pride in what we do, and these boys here, we know they appreciate it, and without that fella there, I probably wouldn't have any of the 5.
No, that's for sure. I can certainly extend my congratulations to both these guys, because between them, Warren Norton has been voted 7 times Australia's best in this sport. Lincoln Brown on my left has won the title on 5 occasions. So between them, they have won 12, I think, of the last 14 bullfighting titles of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for these two, Australia's most successful team in the sport of bull riding competition. Well, hey Sydney, last night at the Sydney Royal Easter Show, are you ready for bull riding? Hey, listen, honestly, that was far below par and standard. We expect a little more here at our sport of rodeo. Hey, Sydney, are you ready for bull riding? Well, let's take you down to the king of the jungle. He's in number 2 position in the average of bull riding championships. Ty Parkinson. High scores and great rides. His best score so far, 85 points. Is Queensland going to fight a comeback? And it'll be through the efforts of this young man. Ty Parkinson, hang on, hang on, hang on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for his efforts here tonight. He is the contender for the championship individual crown. Well, look at this on the big screen. This bull was a little flat. Had a tendency to run him back off his bull riding rope. He kept hustling with that outside foot. His body was good. His chest was out. Kept the chin tucked. We'll wait for the numbers to come through here tonight. Well, the scores are 78 points. 78 points in the round. 78. Well, situation is, we're going to go with our next competitor. We've got Chris Lowe in the competition. Now, Chris Lowe's name is up on the big scoreboard. Late tonight, through medical checks, he was stood down. He was injured, his upper body, his neck, earlier in the rounds yesterday. The doctors on the ground sat him out. He's been replaced in the round by Sam Champ. Now, Sam is first night filling in for our current Australian bull riding champion. Through medical advice, he's had to take a no score. Well, this is going to make our competition a whole lot closer. Situation is, there will be 2 points awarded to the team of Queensland for Ty Parkinson's effort of 80 points, 78 points in the competition. Well, now we have got a whole different outlook on the bull riding competition. There are barely 2 points separating both teams. Bull riding is an event that Queensland have been the stronger and the more dominant team. And the next contestant here tonight will be Ryan Story. Now, Ryan joins us from a little town called Dingo in central Queensland. He was the runner-up Central Queensland bull riding champion. He's qualified on numerous occasions for the Australian Professional Bull Riding Tour. Tonight, he takes on Sandblaster. Ryan scored 79 points in this arena on round number 3, 75 points in round number 4. And tonight, his final chance of competition. Well, man, he has been alley-ooped outside, upside, downside, and completely bucked off here tonight. Queensland Cowboy. Well, that's a little disappointing. Watch this on the big screen. He got into his riding hand. He just couldn't make a recovery. Free arm over-tipped, overcompensated. And, man, the centrifugal downward force has got Ryan Story off onto the ground. Well, let's come down to the next of our New South Wales contestants, 22 years of age. From the Kirriby Station in the Bylong Valley of New South Wales is Stephen Wicks. Well, he qualified last night with a 75-point score. Hey, Sydney, does he look good? Come on, folks. Well, it's all we needed was back-to-back rides and qualified scores in the round of bull riding. Regardless of the judge's opinion, it'll pick up a mandatory 2 points for the New South Wales team. 71 points for New South Wales. more importantly to their team total, 2 very valuable points. Well, let's come down to our final bull rider for the 2015 Sydney Royal Easter Show. This is Jack MacArthur from Cooya, Queensland, the 2014 National Rodeo Circuit Bull Riding Champion. He won the opening round here in Sydney with a 77-point score. He was third in round number 5 with a 75 effort. Hey, young man, just out of shape once again. Oh, and that was a bull called the Little Chief. Took control. The domination of bull riding continues here in the main arena. And of course, Gary McPhee's livestock. Now watch the elevation of this bull. He fades to go to the right, but it's the left that he eventually drops that horn. Watches the corner. His body got shifted to the outside beyond the point of balance. And of course, no luck here for the Queensland Circuit Champion. Well, let's come down to the final bull rider. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final bull of the 2015 Sydney Royal Easter Show. And the young man is a Southern State Bull Riding Champion of 2014, Tim Amy. Tim joins us from Braidwood. He was second and third in rounds 3 and 4 of the competition. Tonight, it's Stumpy for the Braidwood champion. Oh no, he's gone out. He has clicked his heels, unfortunately. Well, he just got him out a little too quick, a little too early for the Southern State Bull Riding champion. Hey, Riley, you might have to get them all together here and do that presentation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome into the arena, of course, very, very shortly, to present well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it gives me great pride here tonight at the conclusion of our 2015 Sydney Royal Easter Show. As we mentioned in the opening, in 2014, Queensland dominated the sport of rodeo here in Sydney. They intimidated the New South Wales riders. But as this state is always very, very proud of the blue regional areas of New South Wales, the total score was 15-19 tonight. But more importantly, the winners of the Vickery Family Perpetual Trophy for 2015 are New South Wales. Come on, Sydney, let's hear it for them. And of course, a magnificent job. We'll get the team captain, Robert Bandy, limping out. I'd like to call on the former president, the Royal Agricultural Society here in Sydney, Mr. Rob Vickery. And Mr. Vickery is going to present the Vickery Family Perpetual Trophy to the team captain of New South Wales. Would you like to say a few words, Rob, or not? Would you like to say a few words, Rob? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to hand the microphone over to Mr. Vickery just for a few moments before he makes this magnificent presentation to the New South Wales team captain, Robert Bandy. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Glenn. Congratulations to New South Wales and to Queensland. This is a wonderful competition, the interstate over 6 nights, and they're a very tough team of young men and women that come out to give us a wonderful display of country life and the fun they have. So congratulations, and on the final night of 14 nights of rodeo, it's been a great competition in all 3 sections.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Mr. Vickery congratulates the team captain, New South Wales, Mr. Rob Bandy. And of course, I'm sure we'll get a few words from a very happy Robert Bandy. Thanks, Rob.
I'd like to thank, for a start, every single one of the New South Wales team. We've had a few injuries through the week, but we've had a few people come in and be more than happy to take their place. And everyone that has put their hand up and give it their all, just the same as everybody else on the team. I feel very privileged and lucky to be chosen to do this. It's one of the biggest highlights of my career rodeoing. And on behalf, I'd like to also thank the Sydney Royal Easter Show for putting this show on. It is something spectacular. Like every single one of us, I think I can speak on behalf of Queenslanders too that come. It's a real honour, and we just love coming out and putting on as good a show as we possibly can. All the contractors that have been here over the past 6 days and previous, they do a magnificent job. They've got the best stock in the world, in the country, and it's a real honour to get on them. Pete and Dave Kelly for picking up. He's doing a magnificent job. He's the best pickup men in Australia. And everybody else that's got anything to do with this rodeo show, he's doing a really good, unreal job. And thank you very much. And thank you to Queensland for your competition all week. It's been really good. Thank you very much. Hope to see you next year.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for both teams and, of course, New South Wales. There it is, Sydney. That's heard for them. They have regained the Vickery family Perpetual Trophy, and a very special thanks to the Vickery family. Ladies and gentlemen, as both teams leave the arena, give them one more big final round of applause here in Sydney. Their final appearance for 2015. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does draw to a close here in the Spotless Arena, our 2015 series. It's been an absolute pleasure, as Rob Bandy and Mr. Vickery mentioned. The fact this has been an outstanding series, and a very, very special place is always held in our heart here in Sydney to come down and show off what these men and women do in the everyday working lifestyles on their farms and their stations in outback Australia. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've had fun. The entire team enjoys Sydney, the hospitality that we receive here, and the welcome smiles that we find each and every day here at the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to hand the microphone back to the main team, of course, Mr. Angus Lane.